Hello, it's Donna Nelson, episode 32 of Rooted in Wisdom, a daily dose of Donna. So, welcome. Thank you for being here today. I am sharing with you about being prepared, kind of. What would you know? Use what you know before you need it. So, I was just in a coaching class in a mastermind with a coaching group, and one of my cohorts said, "Oh, I should really use," as she was talking about, a difficult time that she was going through, saying, "Oh, I should really use all these things that I've learned." Sounds like one of my students. And I was just like, yeah, what are we doing? Like, that's the whole point of learning these tools, knowing how to resource ourselves and practicing these things that like I teach. Anyways, that's what we're going to talk about for a few minutes before I hop into my next coaching session. I'm Donna Nelson. If this is your first time here, this is Rooted in Wisdom, a daily dose of Donna. And so, whether you want to up your game in business or have better relationships, make more money, improve your abundance in all areas of your life, mental, physical, emotional, be more spiritually connected in your journey to wholeness, you need a foundation that is rooted in wisdom of science and soul. So almost each day, I come on and share a little bit of wisdom in some form or fashion. And you can actually go over to my YouTube channel. It's under Donna Nelson, and catch all of them, which might be easier than kind of scrolling through my Facebook page. So, as I said, today is about use what you know before you need it, which is practice for preparedness. And in a lot of the tools that I talk about and that I teach, and that in my workshops or with my clients, it's about coming from our doing the inner work, right? Coming from a place of being grounded, being resilient, being in our truth, listening to our intuition, being able to navigate those difficult challenges of life, and having clarity around what our path is, and being able to make choices according to our values and our path and our purpose and all of that. And so, what can happen sometimes is that we'll read a book, or we'll listen to a podcast, or you'll take one of my courses or someone else's courses, or go and listen to a lecture, or sign up for a webinar, whatever those things are. You'll go to the yoga studio, or you'll go to a meditation retreat or something. And we learn about these tools to support us, to strengthen us mentally, to strengthen us spiritually, strengthen us emotionally, strengthen us mentally, give us tools to elevate our life, whether it's in our business and getting clarity and being able to have the courage to take that big leap or that next step, or, repair relationships, whatever it is. But here's the thing. You can't go and hear something one time or 20 times, no matter what the format is. It comes down to practice. You have to practice the exercises, whatever it is, right? Whatever the lesson is, whatever the new tool is, to retool yourself to create the shifts that you need, it takes practice. And the reason that we want to practice, when I'll say, like, when we're not going through a difficult time, when we don't need it, right, is so that we can keep emptying the bucket, right? We're releasing the stress. We're getting rid of the negative energy. We're healing those things within ourselves. We're getting new I was going to say enlightenment, but that wasn't really the word that I wanted to use, but we'll just say that, right? So, we're getting new inspirations, say on the daily when we're doing the work. And every day, as we're emptying the bucket and getting rid of the toxic energy and releasing the stressors from the day, and get developing that mental and emotional resilience. We're doing that when we don't have this extra load. And so we're widening the gap. And what's in between this gap is, say, resilience, right? That's your reserve for when shit happens, right? When something really bad comes along, right? So in the case of the person in my group, it was a death, and then the cat ran away, and then it was things not going right with this other thing that they wanted to have going on. And so now the load gets heavier and heavier beyond what the daily load already is, and now our tolerance for coping becomes difficult. So doing the work every day is widening the gap so that you have more um, resilience, more capacity, so that when something new comes along that creates a challenge, it doesn't feel like a challenge. You feel empowered. You know that you're resourced from the inside, and you have some tools that you can now apply to help you navigate it, but it doesn't throw you off. That is my wisdom for today. So I hope that is helpful, and you will keep that on top of mind, and I hope it will get you back into practice with those things that are empowering you and building up your tolerance and making your gap wider. All right, have a good night. See you tomorrow.